Warning, the following content may induce serious FOMO and an uncontrollable urge to travel.
Hi, welcome to another episode of Caviar and Wings. This is Sahar. I'm here with...
Hi guys!
None other than Kelly!
Behind the scenes,
Behind
Betty.
the scenes, I know. You hear her voice, you don't see her face for those who are tuning in via YouTube.
But you guys look beautiful. You don't need to see me. You
Aw,
guys look amazing.
Thank you. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Ash. I am originally from Ohio. I am an entrepreneur, a content creator, and I also cover social for Caviar and Wings. I'm covering Ravello because that is my favorite city ever. I got married there, so it will always be precious in my heart.
So, Ravello, you obviously shared why you chose it. You got married there. That must have been absolutely magical. Tell us more. If a woman out there is looking to plan her wedding, she's engaged, she wants her dream wedding, and she needs to be sold on a destination, what about Ravello would compel her, or compelled you really to choose that place and, you know, maybe help a young lady out there make, you know, a decision? Or man, you know, he might be picking the destination for the wedding, maybe, possibly. Happens, right?
Slim, but it
Yeah.
happens.
Right.
So Ravello, if you haven't seen it, it's absolutely stunning. It's picturesque, it's beautiful, it's gorgeous. It literally feels like you're in a movie. It doesn't, like when we arrived, it felt like we were in a dream. So initially we went to Instagram to search up locations in Italy because that's where we decided to get married. Hashtagged, and we saw Villa Cimbrone, which is where we took pictures for our wedding. And they have a terrace there called Terrace of Infinity, or Infinity Terrace. And it was absolutely stunning. So we were like, we want to get married there. How do we do it? And that's how that happened.
Your wedding pictures are out of this world. They are so beautiful.
Thank you.
They're really nice. We're going to share some of them. So go to our social, Caviar and Wings, and check it out.
For sure.
So you used Instagram as your source.
We did. I know.
That's pretty amazing. So you said this is the spot, and you picked a random weekend to just, because truth be told, I knew Ashley before she actually tied the knot with her husband, and I didn't know a wedding was happening. I knew an engagement happened. I didn't know how to feel about not getting the wedding invite, but then I saw that there was like nobody at the wedding.
Right. So to be fair, no one got an invite.
You eloped?
Yes, it was just him and I.
Okay.
So basically, it was 2021. So it was right, during COVID, and so we figured it'd be hard to get a big group of people out, and we were ready to do it. So we were just like, let's just do it. And his friend was actually getting married in Lake Como during that same time. So they got married like a week after us, and we called them like, so I think we're gonna get married.
So wait, hold on. You beat them to the punch on the wedding. So you said, we know you're getting married, but not to rain on your parade, but we're going to pick a spot and get married the week right before you guys.
So what happened was they were supposed to get married in 2020. Obviously, COVID shut the world down. So they had to push it back a year. So when they were like, okay, it's on, it's a go in 2021, we said, well, why don't we just get married while we're out there? Mm-hmm. So that's what we did. And they got married in Lake Como, so it's a totally different backdrop, a totally different scene. So we didn't steal it completely, but we
You just took the country, you didn't take the city.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Exactly.
that's okay, right, Kelly?
That's totally fine.
You wouldn't get mad, right?
Totally fine. No, I wouldn't. I mean,
You would.
not me. I'm laid back.
Would you elope?
I would.
You would elope?
I would elope. I'm open to that.
Yeah. It wasn't initially the plan. A destination wedding was always the plan. But because of the circumstances, because of the time, we were like, let's just do it.
Yeah.
So
were you toggling? Was there like a top three, like of cities as you were making your choice, or top 2? And if there was, what were they? What made you ultimately pick Ravello?
Okay, so we did go to Turks and Caicos and view some destinations there, because we did want to have a destination wedding with family and friends, but then COVID. So we were like, well, we're going to Italy anyway. We looked it up on Instagram. We were like, okay, this looks amazing. I want to get married there. Hit up the wedding planner, and that was it. And she put it together in 30 days.
In 30 days?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
You found your wedding planner there, or you found, like, how did you find your wedding planner?
Instagram.
Stop it.
Yeah.
So you were like hashtagging wedding planner, like Ravello, or wedding plan
I think
Italy?
we did wedding planner Amalfi Coast, wedding planner Italy, and I had a few meetings. I think she was like my second meeting, and I was like, she's the one, and yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
And she was from Italy originally, like, so she spoke English fluently,
Yes.
so communication barrier wasn't there.
No, so I think she's from the UK, but she does lots of weddings in Amalfi in Italy. So there was no language barrier. She was absolutely amazing. On it, did it in 30 days with like no sweat. Like, she was amazing.
Wow.
Yeah, so shout out to Victoria. So
Thank you, Victoria, 'cause the pictures definitely turned out really stunning.
Amazing. They're so pretty.
thank you.
Do you think what did you guys do around Ravello, like in conjunction with your wedding? Did you keep it nice and chill? Like, did you invite any of your friends from Como and say, hey, before you get married, come hang out with us? How did that work out?
So it was,
What did she plan? Like, you guys got eloped, you did very picturesque pictures, but what
Right.
else did she kind of put together that might be interesting for someone else who's like planning a wedding out there?
right. So she helped us with the photographer, the videographer. We did a yacht day the day before our wedding in Amalfi. She set up, we had 2 different hotels. So we did pictures at Villa Cimbrone and pictures at Belmont Caruso. So she set that up. She set up the violinists that we had. We did florals. She did all of that.
Nice.
And transportation as well.
Okay,
That's
nice.
amazing.
Yeah.
So when Ash shared with us that she wanted to do Ravello, nothing clicked in my head. I was like, okay, whatever. I kind of know it's apparently close to the Amalfi Coast, but that's all that registered to me, like with me at the time. And then as Kelly and I were prepping for today, I like started looking at it some more, and I was like, oh my God, I've actually been here before. Like, of course I have. I've been here. Like, I didn't realize that's what this was. I was like, oh, Ravello, I've been there. So Ravello is actually really close. It's like essentially part of the Amalfi Coast. Right. So for those who are traveling to the Amalfi Coast, we were staying right like on the cliff, like at the edge of the water.
Mm-hmm.
And you got to travel about I want to say 30 minutes up, because that elevation
minutes, yeah.
at Ravello, and that's what makes the pictures really, really beautiful, because you're elevated and you just capture this backdrop that's absolutely breathtakingly, like, words do it no justice, absolutely no justice. But once she said that, I was like, wait, I've been here, looked up Rossellini's.
Gotta do the...
Yeah, it's an amazing restaurant. It was a very unique experience. It's not, again, this is why we created this podcast, because we asked the restaurant, hey, we want something vibey, really good food, like nothing too stuffy. And this is where they recommended that we go. And as soon as we walked in the door, they're like, okay, we're gonna take you to the seating area, which was like this cliffside, like pool and like seating area where they brought you champagne and like hors d'oeuvres, and you kind of watch the sunset, and then you go to your table.
Yeah.
And
it was so beautiful. That's actually where we had our dinner after our wedding. So,
yeah.
What did you guys eat there that you loved?
I know I had pasta, of course.
It's like the only answer. Pasta. I had pasta, more pasta.
These Michelin star restaurants sometimes, and I love them to death, don't get me wrong, some of my faves, but this one was one of those ones where they bring you all these different courses, and it's like, I don't know what I'm eating. I know it's good.
Yeah.
I don't know what it's not the traditional, like.
We had that in Prague when we went to that Michelin restaurant. They just brought out whatever. You remember that?
Again, another instance where we asked the concierge, we want really good food, and their interpretation of that is always Michelin. I get it.
Right.
That kind of makes sense, but that's not what we meant.
Right.
Yeah.
So we're in there and like we're looking at the food, and it's, you know, it's coming out in all these beautiful art forms actually, you know, and it's like, oh man, this is gorgeous, but at the end of the day, I'm just hungry right now. Like, can I get some pasta with just some like red sauce? Like, keep it, you know, that's the wing side of me coming out, sorry. But no, it's absolutely.
It's beautiful.
So, and if you're traveling there, because how did you guys get there? Like, what was your commute process? Because it's not easy.
It's not. So we went from Rome, and we took a private car to Amalfi.
That's a bit of a ride, because most people take the train.
Yeah.
Most people take the train from Rome to, I want to say,
Is it Naples?
Naples. And then from there, you take a private car.
Right. So we did that on the way back. We took the train on the way back to Naples, and then we went to Milan. But anyways, we took a private car from Rome to Amalfi just because of time. We had to make sure we were there at
By
a certain time to like do our rehearsal and things like that.
How long was that ride?
I believe it was 3 hours.
Okay.
2.5, 3. They let you off at. And that ride was like, when you get to Amalfi, it gets super windy when you're going up to Ravello. I was scared.
Yeah, I wouldn't recommend like driving there on your own.
Oh, no.
Even though I've done it before, but
Yeah?
I wouldn't I have.
No, I would never. I would
I
never
have-
attempt that in my life. You're crazy.
Very crazy.
I did a drive where we went from San Tropez all the way up the coast. Yeah, and hit a bunch of different places. That was one instance, and then there was another instance where, I don't know, I think we were bouncing around to a bunch of places. So we're like, let's just get a car again, like for.
It sounds fun, but I would be scared to do that drive. It was very windy,
no way.
like very narrow roads, and so
Yeah.
So basically, we went up to Ravello. They drop you off in like the town, like the center of the town, and from there they bring a luggage cart. They take your luggage because no cars can get to your hotel unless they're like tiny or like golf carts. So we had to walk from the center into our hotel, which was a walk. There's stairs.
Really?
Yeah, it was
So
hot.
bring flats for sure.
I wore sandals, I believe, but I recommend gym shoes.
I don't
if
think
you
I've
have, or
ever taken
sneakers.
heels to that part of Italy. It's so
like,
much.
yeah, it would be
dragging your
ridiculous.
suitcase up and down the hill, the cobblestone.
Because there's a couple places on the coast of Italy along that way. So whether it's Cinque Terre, where you're further up north, or whether it's you're in Amalfi, where there is a lot of walking, there's a lot of the steep hills, there's a lot of that stuff. I feel like I've definitely worn heels to dinner for sure out there, but during the day, I'm not even.
Stick to the flats.
Stick to the flats. Stick to the flats. But what I do like about while you're out there, even though people are wearing flats, they'll have a beautiful dress, like a beautiful gown on. Like people are dressing up the flats, and it's still very elegant and very chic,
For sure.
comfortable. Like just think nightgown with flats and
Essentially.
yeah, and you can get away with it there, and it comes across
works.
very like I've been here, I've done this before.
It works.
Yes.
Yeah. The cobblestone and heels is a no-go.
You look like a tourist.
Giving tourists.
And the other thing about Amalfi too is there's pockets where it's walkable, but you're not walking from one town to the other. And no. And Amalfi Coast has a lot of little towns that are really quaint and really cute. Mm-hmm. So I found that even if you don't stay in like Amalfi, like downtown, like proper, there's a bunch of little towns that are like 15, 20 minutes. Like it's not a terrible drive that are still close that you can pull up to.
Hit. You don't have to necessarily stay there, but you can.
Stop
by.
Yeah, the time I visited Ravello, I was staying in Amalfi proper.
Okay.
I stayed at the Montessori Santa Rosa.
Okay.
So that one was absolutely amazing. It's an old monastery, and like if you go there, they've kept so much of the original structure intact. The keys that they give you to your room weigh like 100 pounds. You're like, I don't even want to carry, like, not literally 100 pounds, but they're like,
heavy.
They're heavy. It's like, come on, man. You could have changed the locks up. It would have been okay.
Right. You want them to get a door swipe in this
Right. I don't think that would have looked right.
space?
I don't think the door swipe would have.
I mean, they're so heavy that like you literally leave it with the front desk before you leave.
Wow.
Like it's, yeah. So, but I stayed there. That was really, really nice. I do have another recommendation. It'll probably take me a second because I can't remember all these Italian names. But we'll share it on our social. There's a couple other hotels there that I've stayed at that are really nice. The only thing about these hotels in Amalfi, like, it's the one place where I feel like you have to go luxe because the rooms are so small there, and
even the luxe rooms are a little tight sometimes.
Right. And if you're looking for modern, and I personally, our hotels were very like old school Italian, which I actually liked, but I don't know. Did you stay in any modern?
Borgo Sant'Andrea.
Do we need Google to
Yeah,
to translate for us?
Somebody help me with this pronunciation. This is not my first language. Wait, hold on. So, but this hotel, super modern, super beautiful. I think it's kind of new. I think it opened like right before the pandemic-ish. I could be wrong, so don't quote me on that. But it was modern.
Okay.
Well, you know, the
Modern for Italian.
Yeah. But like everything was
I
top
feel like
notch.
you don't get much modern over there, even if it is modern. You know what I mean? Like it's still.
It's well appointed. It's just not modern in the sense of like Miami modern.
Right.
Like it's still very well appointed. It's just their style is very true to the essence of the culture, which I actually like.
I like that too.
Yeah,
I feel
I
like
like
you
that.
could
Yeah,
say
because
that
that's what you go there for
Belmont.
to experience, you know, something different.
Yeah, I feel like Belmont was modern in Italian sense. You still get that old school feel, but the rooms were large. Like I feel like the bathrooms were, you know, updated, as opposed to Cimbrone, very, very old, like very old school Italian vibes. So,
Cimbrone, and that was in Ravello as well, or was that?
Ravello, yep. So that was on one end, and then Belmont Crusoe was on the
On the
opposite
other
end.
end. Okay,
Yeah.
and you did too because you knew you wanted like to capture the essence of each.
Right. So we knew we wanted the Cimbrone has that old school, and then they have the garden, and they have the Infinity Terrace. We knew we wanted pictures there, and then we knew we were getting married at Belmont Crusoe, and we wanted to have obviously beautiful pictures there too. So.
Okay.
So Ash, you work out a lot. Did you do any of the hiking trails there? Because those are like.
No, but I mean
She's busy getting married.
Okay.
the walk to get to the hotel, or the walk from. So we walked from Cimbrone to Caruso, which is Ravello is very small, but it's still like because of the stairs, because of the cobblestone, it's a walk. So I think that was my hike.
Workout enough.
That was a workout.
Yes.
She was getting other kind of workouts in, but I'm gonna leave that there.
Damn.
Getting married. I mean, we're adults here.
We're adults here.
So, okay, that's beautiful. And then, so you did the price. So the key to getting around Italy is the train system. And believe it or not, it's not as, I know the first time I went, I was very intimidated by it. It's like, what train do I get on? Where do I go? What do I do? But once you do it once, it's like you're a pro.
Yeah.
You're like, I got this. I can go anywhere in Italy and just hop on a train real quick.
Yeah.
Because I've taken it I've typically stayed on one coast of Italy. I still need to go and try things like Venice and so forth, and go further south than Amalfi because there's so much more to Italy to see.
There is. It's just so popular. Everybody goes there.
Yeah, there is a ton to see, but there's times where I've flown into what I did. A tip or tips and tricks is, depending on the itinerary I have, I can fly into Milan, take the train somewhere, do my thing, and then fly home from Rome.
I like to fly
That's
into
what we
Milan. It's
did.
super easy, in and out of Milan.
Yeah.
And then just bounce around from there.
Yeah, we
Yeah,
flew.
for sure.
We flew into Rome and then we left out of Milan. So
Yeah, and then there's the train system that takes you all the way up and down the coast. So whether you're doing, you know, Positano, Portofino, Lake Como, it's a little tricky to get to, but still very, you know, you just got to switch trains, right? You know, Florence, you know, going down to Rome, going further south, it's pretty easy.
it is. It was. I'll agree. It's a little intimidating when you first get there. You're like, oh my gosh, there's so many trains. But I mean, once you do it once.
Yeah. I go to train to go a lot with it's the number 2 train to go, I think is the one. If you do a Google search, Google has a function now that, you know, you tell them where you're starting, where you want to go to, and the different ways you can possibly get there, and it breaks down the train schedule as well.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, something else that's really important to note, that they do have local trains versus, like, you know, the, I don't know, express trains where they skip some stops, and it makes a significant difference in time. And as you're going along in the train ride, it's scenic.
Yeah.
It's, you know,
It was a nice
gorgeous,
train ride.
yeah.
It was.
yeah.
I think we used Trenitalia is what we used
Yeah.
for ours.
They have the option to, if I'm not mistaken, to buy like passes for their lounge. You can go into the lounges at the train
did that.
station, which I definitely recommend, because the train station is an absolute.
It's a lot.
It's a lot.
It's chaotic.
It's chaotic.
I just follow you.
See, that's the problem.
She's the
just
planner.
like-
I'm the planner. I'm the one doing all the
Here's my credit card.
all the legwork.
Spend what you need. Okay.
She's the one that
There's your
literally.
sponsor.
She literally shows up at the airport sometimes, like, where are we going again?
Yeah.
Like,
I love that for her.
Right?
what hotel?
I love
like
it for me
what?
too.
I want to be
What?
a Kelly.
Yeah, this stuff is work. You know what? I started this. I was like, let's start this podcast because hopefully she'll do more work when it comes to planning stuff.
Yeah, I don't have a choice at this point because we're a little overwhelmed over here sometimes.
So yeah, it's a lot going on, and you know, there's a lot that goes into planning. You know, something like Italy, where there's so many options, and people are like, man, like, what are all these little cities? And I would say anything north and south of Amalfi, by like, if you like go look at Amalfi proper on the map, anything north and south within like a 10-mile radius is still like a good space to be in if Amalfi is what you want to experience.
For
You
sure.
know, you'll just have a little bit of a ride to get to certain places, you know, but it's worth it.
It's worth it.
It's
Yeah,
worth
for
it.
sure.
It's definitely worth it. It's really good. And then, you know, if you have time, you can again bounce around in that region as well. I'll put a couple little day spots that are really cute too. There's like, I think one where I think you mainly get to it by boat. Like, people are pulling up on their boats all day.
Okay, nice. We like that.
to get to it. 'Cause here's the other thing too about Italy, the beaches are really rocky.
Yes. Yes,
They're really, really rocky
And cold, right?
And it's cold.
Yeah.
The water's cold, so you got to be ready for that as well. But yes, the beaches are rocky, so it's not that much fun trying to get in and out of the water. So the yacht makes it a lot easier. You just jump right on in.
Hop on the yacht.
just jump right on in.
And just jump
Jump
right
on a
on
random
in.
yacht. That's one thing that surprised me was the beaches. Like, it's like, oh, I didn't realize
Yeah.
they look like this. Like,
Conca del Sono, maybe. I think the G might be. It's a day party. It's really fun. You're sitting there. You're having a lot of drinks, and they put on a show. It's for those of you who are familiar with Kiki on the River in Miami. It is
good
very,
old Kiki.
Yeah, it's the Italian version of Kiki on the River.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's a vibe.
It's a vibe. It's definitely a vibe. Yeah. And the move is to pull up on it on a yacht. And then they take you on the little dinghy to the, because you can't pull up but so close. It's definitely a good time. Yeah. Ash has one more story to share with us from her trip.
So we were talking about the commute in Amalfi and Ravello and the cobblestone, and how it's very difficult to travel in a car. So you have to do a golf cart, which most of the hotels have. So
Are they tricked out golf carts, or are they just regular? Because, you know, sometimes they do the really nice, cute little.
Ours weren't It was very basic.
They're very classic.
Very classic Italian, I'll say that. Not basic, my bad. But the day of our wedding, actually, so like I said, we took pictures at Cimbrone in the morning at like 5 a.m., by the way. It was with the time difference.
I mean, the lighting matters.
The lighting matters.
The lighting matters.
The photographer was like, we have to go at 5 a.m. And we were jet lagged, of course, because of the time difference, but you got to get the shot. So we took our pictures, we ate breakfast there, and then we packed up and we went to Caruso, where we got married. We were relaxing, getting closer to like the wedding time. And then my husband, he's like, I think I forgot the ring, your wedding band at the other hotel. He's like, I can't find your wedding band.
This is like a scene out of a movie.
Does
this really happen in real life?
Yes.
Because I went to another wedding where that happened, and I'm like, this, again, sounds like something out of a movie. Like, I didn't think it was real, and now you're telling me it happened.
Yes, it happened. And I think it was like maybe like an hour before. So I was like doing my makeup and stuff and like trying not to worry, getting my hair fixed up. But he had to call the other hotel, like, is the ring here? We're getting married and we have no wedding band. So luckily they found it. It made it back to us in time, but it's a very stressful situation.
Did he leave it in the safe, or he just like left it out?
Left it on the dresser.
Just left it on the dresser.
Typical man behavior. No, I'm
Typical man behavior. But it was your band.
It was my band.
That he
was putting on me.
Yeah.
I had his band, but
you came prepared. You were ready. Him on the other hand.
Yeah. So you got to get ready. But
yes, facts.
But yeah, I guess he was nervous. It's a wedding day. I understand, but it was wild.
These men. So you just think he was nervous?
I mean, I would be nervous too.
Yeah.
To marry me,
I know. I know. Like, it's like a man's like, man, like, how did I win this big?
How did I bag this?
Like God has blessed me.
I mean, tremendously.
God is good.
No, but I don't know. I think it was just a lot going on. We were tired, just trying to get to the other hotel, and he just accidentally left it. And
well, I'm glad you got it back.
We got it though. We got it in time. Everything worked out. But
that's nice.
I feel like there's always a little bit of stress on your wedding day.
For sure,
yeah.
1,000%. Look, truth be told, I've left jewelry behind, and it wasn't even my wedding day.
Same.
Like literally have and it's like calling the hotel, just praying, like, oh
yes.
my goodness, like,
is it still there?
Is it still there?
Yeah.
And for me, it's always been in the safe. Like, it's like, damn, I left it in the safe type of thing. But it's like trusting that they're gonna.
Yes. The staff was amazing.
Yeah.
They were so amazing in helping us get it back. So.
And
I will say the staff at Belmont Caruso was absolutely amazing.
Yeah.
At both hotels, but they were above and beyond.
Oh, okay. Yeah. We'll definitely feature them on our socials so folks can catch some more. I know we shared some here, but we'll share some on social as well, some more imagery of the venues for folks to check out.
Yeah.
Cool.
Of course.
All right. So let's wrap this up with, or would you or wouldn't you? Kelly.
You guys ready? Okay.
Give us some good ones. So,
nervous.
We cap off every episode with a custom segment that we rotate around, and Ash is fortunate enough to get would you or wouldn't you. So let's see what she does.
Okay. Well, it's really for both of you. It's really for both of you.
Oh.
Okay.
Would you rather have a Texas accent and live in New York, or a New York accent and live in Texas?
Wow.
Oh.
That's tough. Why am I living in Texas though?
I think that's not.
I think I want to live
part
in
of the
New
question.
York.
I would want to live in New York, so I'll take on the Texas accent.
A Texas accent in New
Yeah.
York? Okay.
It might be cute.
Howdy.
Partner.
Would you rather have a unibrow or no eyebrows at all?
A unibrow. Because then you can just.
No, you can't cut it. It's a unibrow.
Who said?
It's a unibrow.
I can get it waxed.
That
You
defeats
get
the
it
whole.
waxed.
That defeat. No, you can't.
Okay, well,
That's
why don't
not
you
part of
tint
the
it?
question.
You could tint it differently.
No eyebrows is crazy. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
You can't do that. That's not
Walking
part
around
of the
like
question.
Doja Cat.
Okay.
Even though I love Doja Cat, but yes, walking around like Doja Cat.
Would you rather have every meal you eat for the rest of your life be too spicy or too sweet?
I would have it too spicy. You could just water it down a little bit.
Spice,
I love spicy.
but I don't want to be like every time I'm trying to eat either.
You could just like dilute it a little bit.
Okay, we'll go with spicy.
We'll go with spicy.
Spicy? Okay. Okay.
Sweet and give you cavities.
True.
Would you rather have a head the size of a small grapefruit or the size of a giant watermelon?
Come on, man.
I think my head is already the size of a watermelon, so.
No, it is not.
Well, they have small watermelons.
Maybe a mini watermelon.
Wait, they have small watermelons.
they
I'll take
do.
a small watermelon.
She said giant watermelon.
I said a giant
She
watermelon.
said nothing about small.
Y'all
That's
can't
subjective.
change. Y'all
That's
can't-
subjective.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with watermelon because
Watermelon.
grapefruit is like, it's like this. That would be crazy.
Would you rather go on a wellness retreat, or would you rather go on a weekend like festival retreat?
I think I love a good festival. Coachella was amazing, but I think overall I would do a wellness retreat. I love to relax.
Yeah. Would you do one of those wellness retreats where you like just do smoothies like the entire time?
Oh,
Like
we're
those
not
kinds?
eating?
Yeah, you're like it's a like healthy one.
Oh.
Yeah,
Right.
no.
It's a smoothie.
I've never heard of this.
It's like juice. It's like just juices. You're not really.
It's given ayahuasca. Like,
So would you go deep sea diving?
Where the sharks are?
Potentially.
In a cage, maybe.
Okay.
I would do it. I would so do it.
You would go deep sea diving in a cage with sharks.
Yep.
I think a cage. Yeah.
Yeah.
I went on a vacation with my boyfriend at the time, and he wanted to go deep sea diving with the sharks or whatnot, and I was like, you can go do that, and I'm gonna go to the spa. Like, you do your thing, I'll do mine.
Fair. Okay, fair.
Right. And the reason I didn't want to do it is just the water was so cold. I'm like,
Where were you?
we were in South Africa, and I knew that they were going to be taking folks out on a tiny little boat into the middle of the water and just like dumping him into the water. He came back and shared stories about how people in the boat were getting sick because it was really choppy water. So people, if you don't have your sea legs and it's a tiny boat, you're
Right.
feeling every little bump. So I was like, I'll pass.
Yeah. I feel like I'd have to be prepared for that.
It's
Not just like, oh, let's go deep. Like, I'd
Yeah.
have to like research it, be like, this is where I want to do it, and then.
and it
There's a
wasn't
little
cheap.
bit of training involved in that too, isn't it?
Is there?
Like a day training?
I
or
think it
something?
depends on what country you're in.
Okay.
Depends how
I
lax
think they
it
just
is.
threw him in the water. The first time I went scuba diving, they just threw me in the water.
They did?
Yeah,
Oh,
just
okay.
threw me in. Go
Wow.
ahead. I was like, all
Fend
right.
for yourself.
Yeah, and they're like, just don't come up too fast or whatnot or something along those lines. And I was like, okay. I was like, let's see what happens. It was a good time.
Yeah?
Yeah,
Nice.
it was a good time. But would you go back and visit Ravello again?
Absolutely.
Like
Me and my-
anniversary, like.
Yeah, my husband and I, we said we'd like to do it every year. We have
Oh.
not, but that's the intention. And that was the intention. That's the goal. So we definitely plan on going back.
Okay.
Yeah, I would love to go back.
Italy is an amazing place because the food is great and it's actually prices food-wise and wine-wise are, somewhat reasonable, depending on where you go.
For sure.
The culture is amazing. The aesthetics is just absolutely beautiful. The shopping is,
Shopping.
I mean, Milan and Rome rank up there in shopping.
Yes.
So definitely
Definitely do some shopping there.
Definitely must do. Actually, I think they have like the best VAT tax refund percentage in Europe. As far as getting your percentage of your money back, they have the most aggressive VAT tax rates.
They do.
So,
That was great.
Yeah, keep that in mind if you're making big purchases out there. All right. Well, thank you so much for coming on today's show.
Thank you for
Thank you for
having
everything
me.
you do with Caviar and Wings. When you see our social popping, it's definitely not me.
I'm so thankful for Ashley. So
Yes.
thankful for Ashley.
Thank you so much for everything you do for the Caviar and Wings team. We love that you are like fastly becoming family with us. It's been an amazing journey and we hope for more.
Of course. Happy to be here.
Thank
you
you.
guys.
Thanks, Ash.
Stay fly, guys. Carry on. Bye.